Hi everyone, and welcome to our video on using tables and Venn diagram concepts to find probabilities. So in this problem, it gives us this table, and let's go ahead and read it and break it down. So it says the following table gives the projected viewer's probability distribution by age and gender for an upcoming televised sporting event. There we go. Find the probability that a randomly selected viewer is one of these following. And so we've got, oh, this is nice, just 4. Okay, so on this problem, first thing we always want to do, if they don't do it, so they did it here on the right side. They gave the total. Notice they didn't give the total for the bottom. Let's get that. Okay, so adding these up, and we might need a little bit of a calculator help, or at least I do, just to be safe here. I'm going to use my calculator, so 0.05 plus 0.16 plus 0.15 plus 0.02 plus 0.01 gives us 0.39. Okay, so there's that one. And then let's add the other column up and see what we get. So 0.08 plus 0.2 plus 0.24 plus 0.06 plus 0.03 gives us 0.61. Okay, so we've got 0.61, and notice when we add those up horizontally, it is 1. And I'm just putting the decimal places to match. Vertically, if we add these up, it should also equal 1. Okay, so there we go. And I'm just making it in the whole table. There we go. Okay, so if they don't give you a total, so they might not have given this one either. I'm just going to put an arrow on it. Okay, so find totals if not given. So that's really the first step we want to do, just to double check everything. Okay, so there we go. And it might even be worthwhile. Let's actually do one other thing with it, with the calculator. I'm going to add up all of that column just to make sure it does equal 1, in case they're giving us some kind of fake probability statement. 1. Okay, so it does match. Okay, so everything's good. All right, and then now let's go ahead and answer these following. And what we do is we do take the concepts of Venn diagrams, so like the overlapping and maybe just intersecting type stuff to help us with the problem. Okay, so for number 1, it wants male and, use my other color here, let me box that. So and is a keyword. So the probability of a male and 21 through 30, that's how I'm going to mark it, years old, is selected. So find the probability that a randomly selected viewer is male and 21 through 30. And again, we probably don't even need to write this notation. We could just write P equals, but I wanted to just show the and symbol. Okay, so male and 21 through 30. Okay, so that's the overlap between the male column and the 21 through 30 row. Okay, so I'm going to just put a check mark on it for this and maybe erase it in a second, since I'm using the same table multiple times. Okay, so that's it. So that's where male and 21 through 30 are in common. So that's that probability. Okay, so that's what I mean using the Venn diagram. That's the overlap of the male and the 21 through 30 right there. Okay, number 2, so let me go ahead and erase that so I see it fresh each time. Number 2 is 16 through 30 years old. Okay, so here's 16 through 20. Here's 21 through 30. So it's these two age groups combined. Here, it's not saying anything about gender, so that's where I'm just going to go to the total of the 16 through 20 and the 21 through 30, and we're going to add those up. So I'm just putting little check marks. So 16 through 30 are those two probabilities together. So we're just going to do P equals 0.36 plus 0.39, and then from there we would get 0.75. Once it's added up, there it is. Okay, so that's those two just grouped together, and even just one more time I'm going to do it like that, and you could even box the whole thing if you want to, but notice all I want is the totals. I'm not concerned about the gender in this number 2. Okay, but let's go ahead and erase those again to see it clearly for number 3. So number 3 is female or 21 through 40. Okay, so one more time I'm going to write that as F or 21 through 40. All right, so here we go. So let's use a different color. Let's use this purple color. All right, so female would be this column. Okay, so I'm gonna box that up. I'll be able to erase this again in the next one. So I like to, again, kind of do it all fresh. But here's our female, or 21 through 40. Let's go ahead and mark the 21 through 40. 21 through 40 would be right here. Like that. Okay, and the way that I would want to break this down, so there's multiple ways. Let's go ahead and show multiple ways. So here's my Venn diagram concept again. It would say anything that is marked should be added together. However, I do want to be careful. I don't really want to include the totals on this one since it's got multiple parts of both female and age groups. So I'm just going to add all of the parts that are currently marked. So let me put my check mark. It's this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Okay, so that should add up to 0.61. That's where you could use the total. Okay, and then this one and this one. Okay, so like that. Okay, so anyway, so you could add. So this is why the total might be nice. So I am going to say, well, this vertical column does add up to 0.61, and then let's add these other two check marks. Okay, so these 6 check marks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the female, are the 0.61s. Plus these 2 in the male group that is also still, though, in the correct age group. So 0.15 plus 0.02. And then from there, we can add it all up, and we get 0.78. Okay, so there it is. So that is that probability. We could also, let's go ahead and do it a different way. Let's use the union rule to verify. So that would be the probability of female plus the probability of the age group 21 through 40 minus where they intersect. Okay, so the probability that a randomly selected viewer is female is the 0.61 plus the probability that a selected viewer is 21 through 40. That would be these two added together right here. So the 39 and the 0.8. So let's go ahead and do that addition. It would be 0.47. And then minus where they overlap. Their overlap is where the green and the purple are overlapping, the 0.24 and the 0.06. Okay, so that is, I'm going to highlight it for this problem. So this time I'm getting real messy with it. Okay, so if this might be worth on, if you couldn't erase like I can, it might be worth, all right, resketching this table out for number 4. Okay, but the highlighted one, those do add up to be, so I'm going to highlight it here, those added up to be 0.3. 0.30, 0.24 plus 0.06 is 0.30. Okay, and then from here we can add it up. I'm going to use the calculator. 0.61 plus 0.47 minus 0.3 gives us 0.78, which is what we got the first time. Okay, so again, you could use different methods to get the same answer. It's just entirely up to you, and maybe trying different methods, say on a test, is a good idea to really verify results. All right, there we go. Okay, so that's that one. All right, let's get this number 4 in. Okay, so I am just going to erase all of this to save some time instead of rewriting it all out. Okay, so let's erase all of those marks that were from my last problem. Let's look at it fresh. Okay, so this one says translate and find, and then here they use the symbols that we'll assume we could figure out what they mean. Like the M probably means male, like exactly how I did in number 1. Okay, so this is not male. That would mean, okay, so I'm just going to mark it right here for now. So that's not male, which in this scenario could mean female. And then this is not the age group 10 to 15. Okay, so another way we could say that, well, this one we could just say is female. This one, based on the age group, would be 16 and over is another way to say that. Okay, so we've got, so another way we could have written it using probability would be F and, I'm just going to write 16 plus, just like that. So that's another way to say it. And then I guess we could say it one more time. They said to translate it in words. Let's go ahead and do that. So this is finding the probability. A randomly selected viewer is female and 16 years or older. 16 years old or older. There we go. Okay, so that's another way to break that down. Okay, so let's go ahead and get all that. All right, so the last time to use this table, so female and 16 or over. Okay, so here's our female again. And then and 16 or over would be these ones. But what I want is their overlap. So let's highlight it. So because of the and, I want the overlap of the purple and the green. So that would be those 4 probabilities added together. Okay, so I'm going to have to scroll kind of back and forth a little bit. Let me go ahead and just write P equals at this point. Okay, so I'm adding those 4. So 0.20 plus 0.24 plus 0.06 and 0.03. Okay, and then from here, we could use the calculator. We've got one last time here, 0.2 plus 0.24 plus 0.06 plus 0.03 gives us 0.53. And be careful of like the 0.06. Don't accidentally go too fast and just put 0.6. All right, so that's it. Okay, so that's the probability that a randomly selected viewer is female and 16 years old or older. Okay, so that's it. So notice again, kind of like Venn diagrams, except not with the circles. Looking at it, breaking it down, take your time. All right, anyway, so that's it. If you do have questions, let me know. Otherwise, we're done with this video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.